my first YouTube video. I have just been really drawn to moving away from short form content and being really pulled to doing YouTube. I've wanted to do YouTube videos for so long. I feel like it's a really good opportunity for people to get to know me, and I feel like I have so much to say. I feel like I don't get that opportunity to do that on TikTok or Instagram. Talk about my experience on the farm, moving from the city to the country. So for those of you who don't know me or my story, about 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, we left the city and moved to the country. My husband and I started a farm. He really led that journey in pursuing a life out in the country on a farm. It was really challenging for me at first because I didn't grow up on a farm. I didn't have any experience farming or living in the country. I've documented that part of my journey a little bit, but now on YouTube I can go into more detail sort of about how that transition was for me. So this morning I'm going to be taking you along with me to do farm chores. We're going to give water to our pigs. We're going to collect the eggs later in the afternoon. I also have to run some errands today in town. I am going to do some harvesting in the garden because tomatoes are basically popping up every single day, so they need to be picked. So I'll be harvesting some tomatoes, wake up and have a tea. I don't drink coffee. I stopped drinking coffee almost 2 years ago. Not for any particular reason other than I felt like I didn't want to depend on anything. I felt like I was dependent on coffee to be alert or be awake, and I didn't like that feeling, so now I have tea. And caffeine also really affects me. I would feel it in my heart. Like, even if I have caffeine now, I feel it so intensely. So yeah, I don't drink coffee anymore, just tea. This is a mushroom blend tea that's really good for digestion. Guys, I feel like I'm so nervous. I don't know why. It's so weird talking in front of the camera at first. I've done it so many times on like Instagram, and for some reason this feels different. I'm feeling very shy. It'd be funny to look back on this first video and be like, wow, you've really come out of your shell. Yeah, I'm just proud of myself for even filming this YouTube because I have wanted to do this for so many years. So yeah, I'm just glad I'm actually doing it. This is my view right now. Let's go do some farm chores together. So I filled up about 8 buckets. I already gave one to the baby pigs, so we'll give some water to our baby pigs, our mamas, and then we've got more pigs out in the pasture, and I'll go and give water to them as well. That's Hamilton, our boar. So this is our breeding pen where he breeds the mums. And then these are weaner pigs that we are weaning off from their mums. Hey. Hi, Hammy. Another thing I wanted to talk about on YouTube was my journey with fertility. My husband and I have been trying to conceive for, it'll be 2 years in January, but we did take some breaks. Like, we did take some months off just to sort of take the stress of it all off, and just to like enjoy life and not think about it. So it was actually a lot harder for me in the beginning. I think because I was really surprised that it was happening to me. So when I was experiencing it, I was very shocked. I remember thinking like, I did not see this coming. I felt like it was a lot to process in the beginning. I'm definitely a lot better now, which surprises me, because you'd think that the longer this journey has gone on, maybe the harder it would be. And obviously I'm human and I have hard days and hard weeks, but I do feel like the majority of the time I am trusting in the timing of having a child. I feel like having a child is the most perfect, miraculous timing of the birth, the age, the date, the year. Like, I just feel like having a child is so perfect. And so when I do conceive, that will be the perfect time, the perfect season of my life. And I feel like that's really helped me a lot. To be honest, trusting that it's God's timing. What has really helped me is surrendering to God and just basically being like, God, what do you will for my life? Every single day I wake up and I'm like, God, what do you will for me today? Like, what do you will for my life? And that takes the pressure off, because I'm not in control. And maybe for some people that feels scary, but when you surrender your life to God, you realize that you are never in control and you never have been. I don't know, I guess I just trust, because I don't want to force it. And if it feels forced and I feel resistance, I just feel more resistance to it. The more I focused on, you know, peeing on LH strips or taking my temperature every single morning. I actually got the ultra human ring so that I didn't have to focus on that anymore, and I could just kind of look at my data here. So I can talk about that in another video. Taking so many pregnancy tests like every single week. Like, I don't even test anymore. I never test. If my period is late, I might take a test, but other than that, I don't test, because I just got tired of looking at a negative test. I just say, God, like, what do you will for my life? And I have surrendered to the idea that I am in control. But obviously, Christian and I have gone through a lot with this experience, but it's brought us a lot closer together. Because when you go through something like that, you have to have really difficult conversations with your partner. And I just feel like we've gotten a lot closer. It was really hard in the beginning because I felt like we weren't on the same page, and I felt like it wasn't affecting him as much as it was affecting me. So it's just nice to have gone through that together and like learned each other in that way. When you get married, you haven't really gone through, maybe you've gone through some things before, but once you get married and you go through things like this, it just brings you a lot closer. Yeah, I'm really grateful that it's brought me and my partner closer together. I'm grateful for the season of patience. I'm grateful for like a deepening of empathy, because now I feel like I can, you know, empathize with a lot of people that I couldn't before. You know, if I heard somebody was going through this type of experience with fertility, I didn't have the same type of understanding that I do now. So there are things that I'm super grateful for, and I do feel like when that season of my life comes to become a mother, I will be so grateful for it because I've had to wait for it. Not that anyone isn't grateful for it when it comes, but you know, maybe the late nights and the long days won't bother me as much. I don't know. Maybe it still will. But I just feel like I am not taking things for granted. I wanted to talk about, I think sometimes being online and comparing yourself to other people can feel really triggering. But I actually don't get triggered when I see pregnancy announcements and stuff. Again, I know a lot of people have had a longer fertility journey than I have, that I'm experiencing right now. So I don't know if this will change, but it makes me like, oh, okay, that can happen for me. It makes me excited, like, oh, I can one day have a pregnancy announcement. It makes me feel like maybe it's coming closer to me. I will say the hardest thing that I've had to deal with is probably really close people in my life being able to get pregnant super easily. And the initial shock of that is just more so confusion. Why isn't it happening for me yet? What's wrong with me? Things like that. And you kind of just start spiraling. But it's really just the initial shock of finding out. And then obviously you love that person and you like are so happy for them and you want nothing more for them but to be happy. I'm obviously human, and the initial, shock of that is more so I'm sad for myself and I'm happy for my friend. And those two things can exist at the same time. But yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about that. Maybe I'll open up a bit more about it. I don't like drawing so much attention to it because I don't want to make it a thing. I hate the word infertility. I hate that word so much. I don't view my experience in that way. And I don't love talking about it because it's like I'm giving it energy and I'm giving it life. So yeah, the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I know a lot of people go through this, and sometimes I post online and everything looks so perfect. It's like I live on a farm. It's this picturesque, romantic lifestyle, and it is a very beautiful lifestyle, but I have personal hardships and challenges that I'm going through. So I just sort of wanted to be a little bit more relatable and more human and not so surface level, and yeah, just let people get to know me a little bit more. So just wanted to share a little bit about that, and yeah, maybe I'll talk more about it in the future, but if you have any questions, let me know. This was my first year having a garden, or being responsible for a garden. And as you could probably see from the previous videos, my garden is full of weeds. I did not realize how much maintenance it takes to have a beautiful garden. Props to anyone who has a blooming, beautiful garden with no weeds. I don't know if that will ever be me. I literally could not keep up, so it's okay though. All the flowers still look really beautiful.
Will you let me take a video of you? Bobby, why are you so cute?
I just ran a couple errands because we have a potluck tonight. I was vlogging in store, it's called Grandma Lamb's, and I felt so awkward because I felt like I was sneaking around because I was filming. So I said to the girl, I'm like, I'm just vlogging for my YouTube. Is that okay? She's like, yeah. And she's like, what's your YouTube? I was like, I actually don't have a YouTube yet. This is my very first video. Oh, she was so cute. She's like, I'm gonna follow you. Like, anyways, she was so cute. So if you're watching this, you were literally a sweetheart. Now I have to go collect the eggs. Usually collect eggs around 2 o'clock. That's when most of them will be laid. And then prep for tonight. Gotta put the roast chicken in the oven. I've already watered the flowers. I still need to harvest some of the tomatoes today. Probably only get a couple because I harvested a lot yesterday. And yeah, so it's been actually a really busy day, but I'm excited that I'm bringing you guys along for the ride. You literally cannot even keep up with how many tomatoes we're getting from the garden. These cherry tomatoes are my favorite. They literally taste like candy. Most of the hens will have laid all of their eggs by now. There's always a couple stragglers, like this lady right here.